Ladies and gentlemen, protests are underway in some parts of the country, and most of the protests were witnessed in William Samoei Ruto's backyard. Eldoret is where kimewaka leo. Since morning, the people of Eldoret have been demonstrating against William Samoei Ruto, singing songs of Ruto must go, Ruto must go, Ruto must go. In Ongatarogai, that side of Kajiado, kuna maandamano makali sana, na police are said to be using live bullets, tear gas canisters to disperse the harmless and unarmed Kenyans. In Nairobi CBD, State House Road has already been blocked. Major roads leading to the city center have been blocked. Military with armored vehicles have flooded the city, armed to the teeth. But ladies and gentlemen, some scenes that you have witnessed in Nairobi today must be giving William Samoei Ruto sleepless nights. William Samoei Ruto and his henchmen must be scratching their heads when they saw civilian demonstrators, protesters dancing with the military. Scenes that have never been witnessed in this country have left many people in shock. Protesters cheering the military, armed to the teeth. Protesters, demonstrators interacting with the military. Well, the military have everything, the weapons, all types of arsenals. They have it. But they're interacting freely with the civilian, with the demonstrators. The military have also been seen escorting protesters. Listen, escorting protesters. Contrary to what we saw with the policemen. And this one has left me with so many questions. From all angles, the military is with Kenyans. The military is with Kenyans. Military escorting civilians. Military, Kenyans dancing with the military. Cheering them. Sio mambo ya kawaida jameni. Sio mambo ya kawaida. And Kenya seems to be embracing the military. In fact, Ruto seems to be on his own. I'm looking at it as we wait for the court to give its stand on whether the military should be on the road, on whether the military should be involved in civilian work, on whether they should be involved to maintain law and order. Well, we know this is the work of the policemen. You're waiting for that ruling. And Kenyans are becoming impatient. That is why they are coming out and now they are demonstrating. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to suggest a number of things that should be done to this country to bring sanity. Because what is happening in this country, we don't have a country. What is happening here? William Samoei Ruto has lost the legitimacy. The government has lost credibility. Parliament has been defiled. People have taken back their power. If you ask me, Kenyans took back the power that they donated to the members of parliament. So members of parliament have no business even going to that parliament. Because already they would be trying to grab power from the people who actually owns all the powers. When you look at the government, hopelessly corrupt, tainted, the image is lost. In a developed country, this is what should happen, and expect William Samoei Ruto to do this. And when he called that meeting that he's going to call, I don't know at Ogenani, because the youth have no readers, I hope this message is going to reach him, that general elections should be conducted in this country within 6 months. 6 months are enough to conduct fresh general elections within a new government, new parliament, and even the way the judiciary is behaving is not behaving well. Number 2, William Samoei Ruto should immediately dissolve his cabinet. Dissolve the highly tainted cabinet. A cabinet that has been urinating on Kenyans' feet. The cabinet ambayo kuna watu wengine ambao wamekuwa wakilaumu wananchi wa Kenya. They have been treating Kenyans with contempt. Because I think now this is beyond finance bill. If you ask Gen Z generation, the millennial guys, Kenyans of all walks of life, they'll tell you this is beyond the finance bill. The second thing that should happen in this country, we should have a transitional government in the next 6 months. This transitional government should involve the youth, the opposition, the government, the church, and the civil body. Human rights guys, and even Law Society of Kenya. That is the government that should be formed in the next 6 months. It is this government that should reconstitute IEBC. Because IEBC is incomplete. It is illegitimate. It is, I don't know the adjective to describe. Because you don't have commissioners. As currently constituted, IEBC cannot conduct a free and fair election. That is why we need a transitional government that is going to conduct, ensure that IEBC is properly constituted. Mother Koome should advise William Samoei Ruto to dissolve parliament. You may ask how. William Samoei Ruto has no power to dissolve parliament. But Mother Koome can advise William Samoei Ruto to dissolve parliament because of not implementing the constitution as he's supposed to do. For example, there's this issue of 2/3 gender rule, where no one gender should constitute more than 2/3 of government institution, government offices, parliament, cabinet, and so on and so forth. This gender rule has become very, very elusive, and according to the constitution, the transitional constitution, there's that clause, and it is the one that David Maraga used and advised Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta to dissolve parliament. So parliament should be dissolved. Ladies and gentlemen, Inspector General Japheth Koome must be sacked. He must be fired. He must be forced to resign. He must step down. He has failed the nation. We have witnessed massacres in this country. In Githurai, lives have been lost. The policemen have been badly tainted. The image is lost. And he is still there in office. Ile mambo ambayo mnaona katika mataifa haya ya Afrika ni mambo ya ajabu sana. Yani the man remains in office even when the body that he leads is badly tainted. His officers were involved in massacres. And they are free now. They are still in police stations. Just there. If it were Korea, I don't know whether it's South Korea or North Korea, you can correct me. Some of our leaders are supposed to commit suicide. You know, in North Korea, South Korea, correct me because I'm not sure which is which. But I know if a minister or a leader is found with such things, because of guilt, because of taking responsibility, he commits suicide. So some of these leaders should commit suicide for what they have done to this great republic. Guys, that is my take. I don't know what you think. I could be right in some areas, wrong in some areas, but here, I want us to have a conversation. Should we have elections in the next 6 months? Because definitely we cannot have elections tomorrow. Because we need to have some things, we agree on some things. Especially when it comes to transition. If you look at the government, is divided completely. The deputy president and the president cannot speak in one voice. The deputy has lost the respect. If you look at the cabinet secretaries, William Samoei Ruto, what he did is that he elevated some members of parliament, some cabinet ministers, above his deputy president. Whatever they have been telling us, they are telling us we have failed. We as Kenya Kwisha have failed. Kenya Kwisha ni Kenya Kwisha too. Hope that they are not going to kill people today. Let's hope that they are not going to kill people. And the more they kill people, the more people become agitated. The more they become determined to achieve their objectives. Guys, have a blessed evening. Till next time, bye-bye.